I call to order this informal meeting of the Economic and Social Council. And it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this morning's discussions on science and peace for development on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. And allow me now to start with my own introductory remarks. Your Excellency, Mr. Sam Kahamba Kutesa, President of the General Assembly, Your Excellency, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General, His Excellency, Mr. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General, His Excellency, Mr. Rolf Heuer, General Director of CERN, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, and ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me express my pleasure to welcome you to this special event. I would like to congratulate CERN for its work over the past 60 years, for its scientific results, but also for promoting science for peace and development. I thank Professor Rolf Heuer, Director General of CERN, for co-organizing this important event. You may recall that in 2013, ECOSOC's thematic focus was on science, technology, innovation, STI, and the potential of culture for the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals and promoting sustainable development. I remember very well the truly interesting intervention by Professor Heuer to the ministerial segment of the ECOSOC at its substantive session in Geneva last year. It was the first contribution of CERN to the UN processes after obtaining the status as observer in the General Assembly in December 2012. CERN, although being situated geographically so closely to the UN and the specialized organizations in Geneva, thus connected to the UN family quite recently, and this we owe first of all to the leadership of Professor Heuer. But it is also a product of underlying objective processes that have led many political and opinion leaders in our world to the understanding that we have to act as one to tackle the tremendous tasks that we all face on our wonderful world of today. Excellencies, science has an academic side that is often associated with research and cutting-edge discoveries. But in fact, its results also have practical application to peace and development in areas including alternative and renewable energies, agriculture and food security, climate change and health, just to name a few. This is what we need just now, when we hit the home stretch of our deliberations for shaping the post-2015 development agenda. We have seen incredible advances in scientific research lately, which have been achieved through international collaboration in research and innovation. CERN stands for these incredible advances in scientific research over the past 60 years, with Nobel Prizes in physics twice going to CERN scientists, not to speak about the World Wide Web that revolutionized communications worldwide. And in the last 2 years, CERN has brought us to the certainty that the Higgs boson is not a mystery, but a reality. Excellencies, the Science Policy Society interface must be strengthened in order to ensure that scientific and engineering education, scientific research, technological development, and policy making combine to adequately respond to the needs of society. Partnerships play a key role. The success of scientific strategies and policies will require an ongoing dialogue between scientists, policymakers, and society. Partnerships, in a more general understanding, are also key to success in science. CERN is a proof of that. Originally, CERN was created as a European Center of Scientific Excellence and a place where the nations of Europe could work peacefully together after a period of conflict. 60 years on, having remained true to those ideals, CERN now leads the world in its field, and people over 100 nationalities from all over the world rub shoulders there every day, as you, Professor Hoyer, just wrote recently in Le Temps. Although being firmly rooted in Europe, in the west of Canton Geneva, at the border of Switzerland and France, the 12 founding members of CERN, Austria, my country, joined as the 13th member in 1959, have supported CERN in its policy to successfully open up to scientists from outside. And it is to no surprise that at the moment, a regional laboratory for the Middle East called Sesame is presently under construction in Jordan, which will be open to all scientists from all countries of the region, all pursuing the common dream of scientific excellence and peace among neighbors. We are grateful that you, Professor Hoyer, bring this spirit to us here in New York. We need it, especially in these days. We are also grateful that you celebrate your anniversary here together with ECOSOC, which is your natural partner from among the statutory bodies of the UN. We look forward to a close partnership with CERN in the years to come, a partnership in promoting science for peace and development. We must endeavor to push the boundaries of science in furthering inclusive development. We must also continue to share knowledge, technologies, and scientific advancements so that no one will be left behind. I thank you very much. And it is my honor and privilege to invite the President of the 69th session of the General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Sam Kutesa, to address the meeting.
Your Excellency, Mrtin Sajdik, President of the Economic and Social Council, Your Excellency, Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General, Mr. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General, Director General of CERN, Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to join you today in celebrating the 60th anniversary of CERN. From the Millennium Development Goals to the post-2015 development agenda we are about to formulate, the central focus is improving the quality of people's lives. Whether it is eradicating poverty, combating climate change, educating and skilling the youth, empowering women, or reducing infant and maternal mortality, the objective is one, that is to improve people's lives for a sustainable future. Over the years, science, technology, and innovation have increasingly become central and indispensable elements to these endeavors. I'm therefore pleased to be participating this morning in this meeting of on science and peace and technology. Excellencies, our world today is changing and changing fast. Population is growing by the day, bringing opportunities and challenges, including the Earth's capability to feed us. The environment is degrading, and non-renewable natural resources dwindling. Poverty, inequality, and hunger are persistent. When these problems persist, they undermine peace, security, and development. However, there is the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. The technological revolution of the last century and the 21st century has put scientific and technological innovations at the core of developing solutions to many problems. These developments, through extensive investment in research and development, are changing the way people live, communicate, and transact. The advent of the mobile phones and mobile money transfers, as one example, has extended banking, communication, accessibility to people's doorsteps, including in the remotest of areas. Excellencies, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education is receiving increasing focus in all countries. But greater investments are needed, including the basic scientific research, to unleash the vast untapped human potential, particularly in developing countries. Even with these developments, there are still big gaps in basic research and innovation on a number of issues critical to human welfare and sustainable development. In the health sector, for example, the Ebola outbreak in West Africa has reminded us of all the hard work that lies ahead. Efforts to combat HIV, AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, as well as other communicable and non-communicable diseases, which are often unfunded in developing countries, also remain a big challenge for science and technology. We must continue to invest in scientific and technological innovation to fight poverty and to move towards a sustainable development pathway. We must invest in efficient and affordable technologies for renewable energy. We must invest in technologies to ensure food security. We must invest in ICT infrastructure that facilitates production and trade, while noting that reliable energy supplies is a prerequisite. Excellency, the United Nations has long recognized the nexus between peace and security and development. Science and technology, when deployed constructively, can facilitate positive interaction of these forces. Let us all commit ourselves to promoting a strong and productive investment in science and technology for a more peaceful and prosperous world. I thank you.
I thank the President of the General Assembly for his statement, and it is now my great honor and privilege to invite the Secretary General of the United Nations, His Excellency Mr. Ban Ki-moon, to address our meeting.
Your Excellency, President of the Economic and Social Council, Your Excellency, President of the General Assembly, Your Excellency, Mr. Kofi Annan, my distinguished predecessor, Professor Rolf Hoyer, Director General of CERN, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I thank Ambassador Mrtin Sajdik, President of the Economic and Social Council, for hosting this special event. I also want to express my appreciation to Professor Rolf Hoyer, Director General of CERN, for co-organizing this gathering. And this event reaffirms the important role of science and technology in promoting progress and peace. Science has at times been used for harmful purposes. Discoveries about the atom were used to create nuclear weapons. The arms race absorbed scientific talent and financial resources that could have been used to address the pressing problems facing humanity. Fortunately, science is far more often a powerful force for progress and human well-being, especially in developing countries. Whether we are trying to address climate change, stop the Ebola virus, and deal with the cybersecurity threats, or curb nuclear proliferations, we need scientists with a clear vision and a commitment to work together to find solutions. I call on the scientific community to invest a significant proportion of its talent and resources of the coming year to research that would accelerate achievement of the Millennium Development Goals and the future Sustainable Development Goals. I would also like to make a plea for greater efforts to attract more women and girls to science and technology-related fields. Unleashing women's innovation potential must be a priority. I attach great importance to expanding the role of science in the work of the United Nations. This is one of the reasons I have created a scientific advisory board to advise me on the science policy interface. The board will prepare regular scientific assessments in matters of science, technology, and innovation, especially for sustainable development. This will help the United Nations to strengthen the link between science and policy. It will also improve understanding of our planetary boundaries, tipping points, and environmental thresholds. I have high hopes for the impact of the board will make in strengthening evidence-based policy making. Ladies and gentlemen, as we pursue these hugely important efforts, we can be inspired by the work done by CERN. CERN's scientific discovery involving the Hadron Collider and its research on the World Wide Web have been truly groundbreaking. I applaud CERN for its collaboration with UNESCO and other UN agencies and invite the organization to strengthen its engagement with the UN system. I am pleased one of CERN's experts is serving on the UN Scientific Advisory Board in her personal capacity. I also invite CERN as an institution to work more closely with the board. We need your expertise to address global development challenges. I have had the honor to visit CERN twice in recent years and to plunge deep underground to see its remarkable facilities. CERN makes its visitors wear hard hats for their protection. As it happens, those helmets are blue, so I felt at home. The Large Hadron Collider is awesome to behold, a monument to human ingenuity. But I was just as impressed by the people I met, especially the young scientists and engineers from many nations who work there. CERN is giving them the opportunity to explore their own potential even as they explore the boundaries of science. It is said that those who go up into outer space come back changed forever. When I emerged again into the countryside near Geneva, I felt that I too had been somewhere special, only in the other direction. Up again at ground level, one sees cars on the road, birds in the sky, and people rushing about their daily errands. Meanwhile, down below, deep underfoot, teams of skilled thinkers and technicians and scientists confront the mysteries of existence in order to advance the human condition. It was a moving experience, and I thank CERN for its hospitality and contributions. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the world faces multiple crises, but this is also an era of opportunity where great achievements are possible thanks to science, technology, and innovation. To all the scientists and policymakers here today, I urge you to engage even more actively with us in building a world of peace, prosperity, and dignity for all. Let me call on the young generation in particular to bring their passion and creativity to this effort. The United Nations stands ready to work with you. Thank you.
I thank the Secretary General for his statement, but also for sharing his personal experiences of the visit.